All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today for more 2020 TBL action. My name is Josh Titus, and we are coming to you live from the beautiful campus of Jamestown Community College. Today's game is between the Owensboro Thoroughbreds, led by head coach Mark Anderson, and the Jamestown Jackals, led by head coach Kayla Crosby and her father Ken Crosby. Both teams are entering today's contest at 1-2. Both fell in their last contest on Friday night. Owensboro fell to the Tri-State Admirals, and Jamestown fell to the Dallas Skyline, respectively. Starting lineups tonight for the Jamestown Jackals, I have Matt Hart at guard, Raheem Singleton at guard, Daniel Malumba at center, Montez Lohman at forward, and Bernard Edwards at forward. We're about 2 minutes away here from getting started with the action.
We're ready to start a basketball game. Let's introduce the Owensboro Kentucky team to you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Owensboro Thoroughbreds. Let's give them a Jamestown welcome. Ooh, yes. And now the starting lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, Devon Hayes. Number 3, Xavier Turner. Number 4, Corey Wilford. Number 7, Robert Crawford. And number 9, Wes Hinton. Your Owensboro Thoroughbreds. Ooh, yes. And now, let's introduce you to the Jamestown Jackals, ladies and gentlemen. Your Jamestown Jackals, starting at guard. Number 0, hailing from Orchard Park, New York, Matthew Wolverine Hart. Also at guard, number 3, hailing from Roxbury, Massachusetts, Raheem Radio Singleton. At center, number 9, from Kinshasa, Congo, Daniel Thunder Kulamba. At forward, number 11, from Baltimore, Maryland, Montez Lohman. And at forward, number 23, from Detroit, Michigan, Bernard Smooth Edwards. Your Jamestown Jackals, ladies and gentlemen.
You may have heard our PA announcer there, but in case you didn't, I'm going to give you the starting lineup here for Owensboro Thoroughbreds. Number 3, Xavier Turner. Number 1, Devon Hayes. Number 4, Corey Wilford. Number 9, Wes Hinton. And number 7, Robert Crawford. If you'd like to keep up with the Jamestown Jackals on social media, you can follow their Twitter page. Their Twitter handle is JTown Jackals. Our uniform matchup today, the Jamestown Jackals are in their white jerseys, white shorts, black numbers, black trim up the sides. And the Owensboro Thoroughbreds are in their baby blue jerseys, shorts, with blue numerals, blue and yellow trim up the sides. And we are just ready to get action going here. Corey Wilford tipping off against Daniel Malumba. And Jamestown wins the tip. Back to Matt Hart. He's going to give off to Singleton, and here we go. Singleton bringing across the court, directing traffic. Finds the block inside to Bernard Edwards. Edwards working. Finds the baseline, gets a drive, and gets it right in off the block. Quick start for Jamestown here. Rotating the ball around here. Red Xavier Turner passes out to Wes Hinton, whose 3 will not fall. It's going to Matt Hart on the rebound there. Hart brings it down the court. Drives in the paint, looking for the roll, not going to get it, kicks it out to Edwards. Edwards looking across, finds Singleton. Singleton trying to get Lohman on the inside. Lohman driving the block. And Lohman can't get his floater to go, and out of bounds it goes, and it's going to go back to the Breds. Going off of Malumba there. We have Xavier Turner bringing the ball down the court for Owensboro, working against Matt Hart. He rotates up now to Corey Wilford. Wilford takes a runner, and he won't get his to fall, and Montez Lohman with the rebound there for Jamestown. Lohman working against Devon Hayes, dumps it back to Malumba inside the paint, and Malumba's going to clean it up for him. Just under 10.5 to go here. Jamestown has a 4-point lead. Devon Hayes now working against Edwards. He's going to kick it back up to Wilford. Wilford over to Turner. Turner gives to Crawford. Crawford drives the baseline against Lohman, and he's going to get his shot to fall, and Owensboro is on the board. Now Jamestown working quick in the fast break offense up to Bernard Edwards, who get his long three to fall, and we're right back to Owensboro bringing it down the court. Crawford drink coast to coast, and he's going to get his shot to fall from the high block. We have a tie ball game. Singleton calling out traffic here. He dumps it back over to Lohman on the outside. Lohman gets it down to Malumba on the low block. He's going to drive in, working against Crawford, and it's going to get a sky hook, and they're going to get him across the arm. And we're going to have Malumba's first 2 shots of the game. Malumba there goes with a strong take. Malumba's first shot. It's going to bounce around a bit, but it goes in. And Malumba's second shot hits the back iron, but it's rebounded by Lohman there in the nice rebound. He puts it up. He can't get his to go, but Malumba's there to clean it up with the tip in. And we have a stoppage of play here. And it looks like our shot clock didn't get going there. That's why they stopped play. A little bit of a technical difficulty, and we're going to get going here in just a second. And there's our shot clock. Ball's given to Wilford. He gets it into Crawford, working against Lohman. He kicks it right over to Hayes. Hayes drives the lane, finds the teardrop, and it goes in. Jamestown trying to work quickly in the fast break. They get it down to Matt Hart in the corner. Hart working against Crawford here. He kicks it back to Bernard Edwards, takes a long three, and his shot will fall. First 3 of the game there for Bernard Edwards. Now Crawford bringing it up the floor. He kicks it over to Hayes. Hayes comes back to Hinton. Hinton drives, gives it out to Wilford. Wilford for the long 3, and it's going to go. Excuse me, that was Devon Hayes, not Corey Wilford. Singleton bringing the ball down the court, directing traffic here. Kicks it out to Edwards. Back to Singleton, rotates around to Matt Hart. Hart finds Malumba on the low block. And the ball is picked out immediately by Owensboro. Nice play there by Crawford getting the steal. And it looks like Wilford bringing it down the court can't hold on to it. Knocked out there by Bernard Edwards. It's going to stay with Owensboro underneath. Just over 8.5 here to go in this first quarter. Gets it into Devon Hayes. Devon Hayes takes the long fade away, and it's going to drop. Owensboro takes their first lead of the game at 11-10 here. Matt Hart now driving the lane, loses the ball at the last second, and it's going to stay with Jamestown as it went off of Robert Crawford there. Jamestown from under the basket. Out to Matt Hart. Hart trying to find a way around Robert Crawford. He finds the baseline, trying to drive, and it's going to get blocked. But they're going to call him for a push there. And I believe that's going to send Matt Hart to the line for the first time of the day. We have our first sub of the game for Owensboro. Sean Burnell Burrell Jr., checking in for Crawford after his second foul. Hart's double shot drops. Turner's going to give it off here to Hayes. Hayes going to drive the line. He's got across the arm, and they're going to call it a shot foul there. He's going to go to the line. This will be Hayes' first time at the line today. The foul went there against Montez Lohman. I want to remind our viewers that the TBL follows the rules of NBA and FIBA tip-in rules. Devon Hayes' first shot ricochets off the rim. Second shot now. Second shot goes in. It's going to even up at 12. Just under 8 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Singleton directing traffic down the court. Working here against Wilford. He's going to give it off to Matt Hart. Hart trying to find a way in, and he's going to get fouled, pushed from behind. It's going to be Jamestown's ball from the side. Walumba gets it on the inbound, gives it right back to Edwards. Edwards trying to get the pick and roll going. Can't get it to go, but he finds the lane instead. Takes it in for the hard drive, and he's going to get his points. Owensboro now bringing it down the court. This is Devon Hayes driving the lane against three men. Kicks it out now. And it's a long three. It's going to fall. That was Wes Hinton for Owensboro getting it there. Lohman now kicking it out to Matt Hart. He can't handle the pass. A little bit too hot for him. And it's going to go out of bounds here. It's going to go back to Owensboro. Xavier Turner now bringing down the court. Wilford now from a long three. His shot will fall, and it's the largest lead of the day for Owensboro at 4 points. Singleton now bringing over half court. Got a pick on both sides. Trying to find an open man. Edwards comes and gets it from him, staying out on the outside. Edwards driving the lane, crosses him over, takes the teardrop, it won't fall. Hinton way down the court gets the ball, and now we have Sean Burrell Jr. underneath with the ball. And we have a travel against Wes Hinton on the corner, trying to drive that baseline against Matt Hart. Can't get around him. And it's a turnover on Owensboro. We have our first time out here. 6:23 left to go here in the first quarter. 18-14, Owensboro with the lead.
Let's give a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. At Jamestown Technology Group, they are experts in custom applications, enterprise architecture systems, integration, business processes, and engineering, people, and governance. They tackle the most challenging IT challenges head-on. They design, manage, and deliver IT solutions that sharpen business processes and streamline IT project delivery. Blackstone Tech, ladies and gentlemen.
Cushingberry's now checked in for Jamestown, as well as Tyrone Marshall. This is Bernard Edwards here working against Wes Hinton. He's going to kick it out to Cushingberry. Cushingberry kicks up to the top of the key to Matt Hart. Hart working against Corey Wilford, going to drive the lane, kicks it back up to Lohman. Lohman can't handle the pass. It's back to Wes Hinton from Owensboro, who drives the court. Going to slow it down a little bit. Xavier Turner now. Barking out the play. Takes the long two. It's not going to fall, and it's rebounded there by Montez Lohman for Jackals. Lohman calling for a pick. Kicks it out to Cushingberry. Cushingberry for the long three, and his shot's going to fall, his first one of the day, and it's a long three. This is Wes Hinton for 3, and it's going to fall as well. These two teams trading threes very early on in this game. Hart kicks out to Edwards. Edwards from 3 now. Bernard Edwards with the smooth stroke, hitting his second 3 of the game. Xavier Turner looking for a pick. Finds one. He gets it over to Wilford. Wilford from 3 now. His is going to go off the iron, and it's rebounded by Tyrone Marshall. And we're going to have a foul here on number 10 from Owensboro, Sean Burrell Jr. It's going to be a foul on the floor, and it's going to stay with Jamestown. But that is Owensboro's 4th foul of the game already. And now we have Julian Powell checking in, pulling out Montez Lohman. Our 5 on the floor for Jamestown are Hart, Cushingberry, Powell, Marshall, and Edwards. Cushingberry now working against 2 Owensboro players. Gives it out to Edwards. Edwards looking for a pick. He's going to take it down the lane. He's got the roll. Powell now with the long jumper.
Julian, strong finish.
Banking it off the glass there, making it look easy. Xavier Turner now. Kicks it inside to Burrell, who's wide open, and he can't get his easy layup to fall. It's right back to Cushingberry, and they're going quicker now. Hart down the floor. Now has the ball, driving the lane. With the Euro step, he can't get his shot to fall, but Tyrone Marshall's there for the offensive board. He can't get his shot to fall, and it's back to Owensboro now going fast-paced. We have Xavier Turner now inside the paint, and they got him for a travel as he couldn't get his feet set before he got his pass back out. Now we have a substitution. Matt Hart taking a break. Aaron Shepard checking in for him. I want to remind our listeners, if you're interested in following the Jackals on social media, our Twitter handle is Jamestown Jackals. Shepard now kicks out to Edwards. Edwards working against Hayes there. He finds Marshall on the pick and roll, but he's got fouled on his put-up by Burrell, and it's going to send Tyrone Marshall to the line for 2. Marshall's first 3 throw of the game. It's going to go in. Our score as it sits right now is 23-21 Jamestown, 3:41 left. Here's Tyrone Marshall's second shot. Second one goes off the rim, not going to go in. Burrell with the rebound there, kicks up to Xavier Turner. Xavier Turner going down the court a little quicker now. Inside now to Burrell. Burrell looking for the baseline, goes up top instead from the high block. He kicks out to Wilford, who almost loses it, but gets past Cushingberry, drives the lane, gets the runner, and we're tied at 23 all. 3:15 left in this first quarter. Cushingberry now from the corner, gets it into Julian Powell. Powell working against Hinton, kicks out to Bernard Edwards from the long 3, off the back iron and right to Xavier Turner. Bringing it down the court now a little bit quicker. 3 from Xavier Turner. His goes off the front of the rim. Right back to Jamestown. Bernard Edwards with the defensive board. Aaron Shepard now bringing up the court. Crossing over, given to Tyrone Marshall, who can't handle the pass. Gives it back out to Cushingberry. Cushingberry now driving the lane. And he's going to get fouled on his put-up. Can't get the shot to fall, but he'll go to the line for 2. That is Burrell's second already. Now we have Chris Scott checking in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jamestown Jackal game is Harper Gates from Russell, Pennsylvania. Harper Gates, ladies and gentlemen. And make some noise for Honest John's Pizza Box race. We've got 2 contestants that drove down the court while holding a pizza box. The first contestant go down and score a basket. So let's congratulate Harper Gates, Jamestown Jackal of the game.
And we're back now. Cushingberry back at the line. His first trip to the line of the day. Gets his first one to go. Drew Cushingberry. Second shot falls. Inbound here, looks like Jamestown's playing some full court defense. Xavier Turner working against Aaron Shepard. He's going to get it out to Corey Wilford. Wilford trying to find the lane against Cushingberry. He's going to find it. He's going to get his shot to fall and one. Good drive there by Wilford to get the finish. And the and one shot goes through. And at 2:30 left, we are a 26-25 Owensboro lead. Shepard now finding Cushingberry on the drive. Trying to kick it back out, and they're going to say he moved his second foot. And it's a travel back to Owensboro. Another turnover there for Jamestown. Oh, and Xavier Turner can't handle the inbound pass, but he finds it again. Aaron Shepard now working against him. Gets it out to Devon Hayes, who can't handle his own dribble. Loses it. Shepard steals it. Kicks up to Cushingberry from three, and it's going to go. This is Devon Hayes now working from the corner. Kicks it back up to Wes Hinton. Hinton now to Corey Wilford, who gets the move on Cushingberry. And we've got a foul now underneath on Raheem Singleton working against Devon Hayes. The ball's going to stay with Owensboro. Checking into the game for Owensboro's Donovan Griffith. And Devon Hayes is going to check out. Griffith now inbounding. Gets it underneath to Chris Scott. He can't handle the pass, but he gets it figured out. Passes back out now. Xavier Turner from the top. Turner to Chris Scott. Kicks underneath now. The fadeaway runner to Donovan Griffith won't go. It's going back to Jamestown. Cushingberry bringing up the court. Trying to get it inside to Tyrone Marshall, and it's swatted away there by Wes Hinton. It's going to stay with Jamestown. Good defense there by Owensboro. Getting those hands up in the passing lanes. Marshall now with the inbound, gives back to Singleton. Singleton working against Wilford. Gives out to Cushingberry from three with the fadeaway, and they fouled him on the three-point shot. He's going to go to the line for three. Cushingberry now. Owensboro players having a meeting there. Cushingberry. His first of the three is going to go. Cushingberry's second's going to go. Checking in now, Daniel Mulumba. Calling out Tyrone Marshall. Our five on the floor for Jamestown right now: Mulumba, Julian Powell, Drew Cushingberry, Aaron Shepard, and Raheem Singleton. Cushingberry's third shot goes. He's 5 for 5 on his free throws today. Xavier Turner now driving the lane, going to try to take it, and he's going to get fouled. And instead, they're going to call it an offensive foul to charge. Good defense there by Jamestown. Turner trying to do a little bit too much. Just over a minute to go here in this first quarter. 31-26, Jamestown with the lead again. This is Cushingberry from the top of the key. Kicks out to Raheem Singleton. Singleton's going to drive the lane, gets covered by two guys, and balls out. Swatted out by number 5, Donovan Griffith. This is Chris Scott kicking over now. Griffith from 3. It's going to go off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Malumba. It's back to Cushingberry, bringing it down the court. Singleton back to Cushingberry. Cushingberry now dribbles in, takes one step, hits a long 2. Drew Cushingberry is warming up, folks. Our 5 for Owensboro right now. Corey Wilford with the long 2. It's not going to fall. Aaron Shepard, long pass down the court to Malumba underneath, and he's going to drill it home. Xavier Turner now, bringing it up the floor. Turner kicks out now to Wes Hinton. Wes Hinton from 3. His won't go, goes off the side of the rim, and it's going to stay with Jamestown as it makes it out of bounds, and that's the end of our first quarter, with Jamestown leading 35-26 over Owensboro.
Jamestown Junior Jackals cheerleaders. Make some noise.
Drew Cushingberry there with a very good showing off the bench.
Jamestown Jackals Junior cheerleaders. CHEER cheerleaders.
Inbounded here. Owensboro coming down the court now. Xavier Turner coming across half court. He's going to kick it up to Robert Crawford, who's checked back in. Crawford kicks it into Chris Scott, who kicks it back out. And it's going to be knocked out by Cushingberry. It's going to stay with Owensboro. This is Xavier Turner driving the lane against 2 Jamestown Jackals. He clutches and puts it in. Shrinks that lead now down to 7. And we have an offensive foul there on Daniel Malumba. With the forearm shiv there on Xavier Turner, trying to create some separation. They're going to call that every time. Our 5 on the floor for Owensboro: Turner, Crawford, Scott, Wilford, and Griffith. This is Xavier Turner for the long 2 from the top block, and it's going to go. Jamestown's lead now is brought down to 5. This is Aaron Shepard from the corner, and his shot won't go, but it's rebounded there with a nice offensive board by Julian Powell, and he cleans up for him. Wilford now into Chris Scott working against Malumba. Malumba's going to meet him at the top and knock his shot down. Taken right back by Jamestown. Aaron Shepard bringing it down the court. Inside now to Julian Powell. Powell kicks out. Long three from Drew Cushingberry, and it's the first one he can't get to go from the corner. We have a foul underneath on Crawford working against Julian Powell. It's going to stay with Jamestown. Our 5 on the floor for Jamestown: Singleton, Shepard, Powell, Cushingberry, and Malumba. Shepard with the inbound here. Trying to find a lane. He's going to drive that lane. He kicks it out now to Julian Powell from the corner with a long three, and his shot's going to go. Long three there for Julian Powell from the corner. We have a timeout from Owensboro. Just when it seemed like Owensboro had that lead under control, Jamestown extends it back to 10, 40-30 here with 10:22 left in the second quarter.
Jamestown Jackals. And we want to thank the Bus Night Church crowd, and they want to be known for what we are for. We are for families, couples, singles, students, and children in Chicago County. The reason we are for people in our county is because God is for them as well.
A reminder, if you'd like to follow the Jamestown Jackals on social media to stay up to date with all the latest information, you can follow their Twitter account at JTownJackals. That's JTownJackals at Twitter.com.
No obligation estimates, and we'd love to show you what makes their travel products and delivery services different. Try James Services today to speak with one of their knowledgeable staff members.
Owensboro's bigs are in a little bit of trouble here, where they both have 3 fouls coming from Burrell Jr. and Robert Crawford. Five on the floor now for Owensboro: Turner, Wilford, Griffith, and Hayes. Quick substitution here now. It's going to be Scott out on the floor now for Owensboro. So Wilford, Turner, Scott, Hayes, and Griffith. Inbound here to Turner, working against Aaron Shepard, bringing it up the floor. Turner around the pick, finds Griffith at the top. He's going to rotate around to Wilford. Wilford's going to drive the lane against Cushingberry, takes it with the clutch. He can't get it to go, but it's rebounded there by Scott. Scott put the back, and Malumba denies it. Rebounded there by Jamestown. Ooh, and the long pass from Aaron Shepard was too tall for Julian Powell. He can't corral it. It's going to go back to Owensboro. And this is Griffith coming off the floor for Owensboro. Wes Hinton checking back in for him. And the ball got knocked off of an Owensboro player. It's going to actually stay with Jamestown, excuse me. This is Shepard now working to back up to the top. Getting a pick here from Malumba with the roll. Malumba now with the hard take, and he's going to get his to fall. Turner now. He's going to find Wilford across the floor. Trying to make a move. He's going to kick back up to Wes Hinton. Wes Hinton from 3 at the top of the key. His shot falls. That lead shrinks to 9 for Jamestown, but quickly down the floor is Raheem Singleton, getting it in the corner. He's working against Wilford, trying to find a way around. Kicks it back up to the top to Shepard. Shepard drives the lane, clutches it. Teardrop, won't fall. Singleton with the hard-fought offensive board, kicks it back into Malumba. Malumba cleans it all up, drops a teardrop in, and that lead is back to 11. Jamestown doing a very good job of answering everything Owensboro has to give them. Owensboro now rotating the ball. This is Wilford trying to get a pick. Kicks it back up top to Scott. Scott by himself from the top of the key. The 3 goes off the back iron. It's rebounded by Malumba. Kicks back out to Cushingberry. This is Cushingberry from the top of the key. He's going to take the long shot. From the high block, it won't go. But we have a foul underneath, and it's going to go against Malumba. So Owensboro will take back over. Coming into the game now is Micah Shepard, calling off his brother Aaron Shepard, and Tyrone Marshall calling off Daniel Malumba with his second foul. So Micah Shepard now in the game, working against Xavier Turner. Xavier Turner directing traffic, trying to find her lane. Over to Wilford. Wilford in a little bit of trouble. Dishes out to Scott. Scott now from the top of the key, going to drive the lane against Tyrone Marshall, and he's going to get his shot to fall just before the 24-second violation on the teardrop run. And this is fast break offense. Tyrone Marshall down the floor from Raheem Singleton. And just like that, Jamestown has an answer. This is going to be Wes Hinton driving by himself. He gets to the paint, hits the runner, but it won't go. Rebounded there by Tyrone Marshall. Singleton now with the ball. He's going to give out to Julian Powell down the floor. It's not going to go. Would have been a nice putback. This is Devon Hayes now from the left side. His shot won't go from three. Julian Powell on the rebound. Kicks into Micah Shepard, bringing it down the floor. Shepard driving the lane against Chris Scott. His shot's going to go up and over, not going to go in. Now this is Xavier Turner working quickly down the floor, and there's going to be a foul on the floor going against number 5, Micah Shepard. Coming into the game now, Matthew Hart for Jamestown and Bernard Edwards. Our 5 on the floor for Jamestown are Singleton, Edwards, Shepard, Marshall, and Hart. Our 5 for Owensboro, Hayes, Burrell, Hinton, Turner, and Wilford. Wilford inbounds now to Hinton, back up top to Wilford. Wilford from a long 3. His goes off the iron. It's back to Tyrone Marshall on the rebound. It's kicking up now to Raheem Singleton. Singleton driving the lane against Wilford. Kicks out to Bernard Edwards from the corner with the 3. Bernard Edwards checks in and checks out a 3. No problem. And that lead is now at 14. This is Devon Hayes here. Directing traffic, kicks it over to Hinton. Hinton from the top of the key, inside to Burrell. Burrell with the long 2. Not going to go, rebounded by Hart. Jamestown keeping their pace, over to Raheem Singleton for 3, and his 3 is going to go. And just like that, we have a 17-point lead for Jamestown and a timeout for Owensboro. Owensboro trying to stop the bleeding here.
Let's cheer them on, ladies and gentlemen. On your mark, get set, go! You know what I'm going to say? They're doing a lot better job of carrying that pizza than most of the guys deliver to my house. All right, let's make some noise. They're getting down the final stretch.
Owensboro now from the baseline, inbounds to Xavier Turner. Turner working down the floor. Turner now driving the lane. Stuck inside, kicks inside to Burrell. Burrell trying to find a way out. Kicks out to Wes Hinton from 3. Not going to go, off the front of the rim. Out to Xavier Turner on the offensive board. He tries to kick inside to Hinton on the drive. He won't catch it. Hart now with the ball after the turnover. Kicks over to Micah Shepard for 3. His first 3 is going to go.
Downtown.
They're going to say his foot was on the line there. They're going to stay as a 2. Owensboro now working. Pick and roll offense. Burrell underneath with a nice move. Gets the teardrop to fall. And just like that, the point run for Jamestown is over. Micah Shepard now to Raheem Singleton. Singleton from 3. His is going to go. Marshall now. Out there on Devon Hayes. Hayes working back inside. And they're going to get him. And a good play there by Devon Hayes working against Raheem Singleton. Drew the foul. He's going to the line for 3. Jamestown lead is at 20 points at the moment. 57-37 with 5:24 to go here in the second quarter. Devon Hayes' first of the 3 will not go. His second will. Lead shrinks to 19. And he'll hit the third one. Singleton now bringing it up the floor. He's going to get back to Shepard. Shepard with the pick. Trying to find the roll. It won't happen. He kicks back out to Singleton on the outside. Back up top to Shepard at the top of the key. Going to drive the lane out to the head fake. Gets stuck underneath. Kicks out to Bernard Edwards. Bernard Edwards from the absolute corner. Drills it.
Smooth B from downtown.
And the lead is back up to 21 now. This is Devon Hayes for a long 2. It's going to go. Jamestown bringing it up the floor now. Matthew Hart working inside from the baseline. Long 2, not going to go. Tyrone Marshall with the offensive board working against 4 Owensboro Thoroughbreds. He's going to lose the ball. Turnover there by Jamestown. Up to Devon Hayes. He's going to kick out to Wes Hinton. Wes Hinton from 3. Not going to go. Hart with the quick rebound, working coast to coast. Going against Owensboro's Devon Hayes. His layup will not go, and it's back to Owensboro. Fast break offense. And for the first time, we have Joel Anderson from Owensboro in the game. And just like that, it's a steal for Jamestown. This is Micah Shepard with the quick put up. And quickly, this game is getting out of hand for Owensboro. They're down 21, trying to stop the bleeding. This is Burrell now from the top of the key. Going to drive in on Bernard Edwards, get the runner going. It's not going to fall, but he gets his own rebound. Goes up for the shot. Raheem Singleton fouls him on the putback. It's going to send Burrell to the line for 2. And that's going to be Singleton's third. 3:41 to go in the second quarter. It's the 4th team foul for Jamestown in this quarter. Burrell's first shot's going to go. Burrell gets his second one off the back iron, and Malumba with a quick rebound back to Cushingberry, who's going to bring it down the court for Jamestown. Lohman now from the top of the key, working against Wes Hinton. Cushingberry kicks back out to Bernard Edwards now. Edwards from the top, trying to find the roll for Malumba. Not going to happen. He's going to hold it himself, take a step back 2. It's not going to go. Just before the 24-second violation could go. This is Joel Anderson now working against Cushingberry. Kicks back out to Burrell. Burrell now from the outside, not going to hit his shot. But Wes Hinton with the offensive rebound and in the putback and shrinking that lead down to 18. Jamestown now, Matthew Hart working against Joel Anderson. Trying to find the pick. He's going to get it. Working against Burrell now, trying to find the inside look. Finds Lohman at the top of the key, and his shot's going to go.
Montez knocks down the sweet jumper.
This is Anderson now, working his way on the top. Finds Burrell for a long shot, and instead he kicks out to Devon Hayes for three, and his shot's going to go. Lohman now working quickly, driving the lane. Can't get his shot to go. Rebounded now by Joel Anderson. Anderson working down the court. 2-on-3 situation. He's going to give back to Devon Hayes. Devon Hayes with the shot fake. Drive in. Long two. Not going to go. Malumba's got the ball. Cushingberry now gives up to Matt Hart. Hart working up the floor. Going to drive the lane. Going to try to get the runner to go. It won't go. But Malumba there with the offensive board. Back out to Edwards. Edwards from three. His shot won't go. This is Matthew Hart now with the offensive board. And before he can get his shot up, they call him for a travel. Jamestown now operating with a 17-point advantage. 1:52 left in the second quarter. Pass out to Wilford now. Wilford inside to Burrell, working against Malumba, trying to find a space. Does the Ipsy Gypsy, can't get it to fall, loses the ball, gets his own rebound, can't get his second shot to fall. And it's back to Jamestown now. Hart finds Lohman on the inside block. Hart working back up to the top from the high block, can't get his shot to fall, and it's rebounded by Burrell for Owensboro, and moving down the court is Joel Anderson, waiting for his team to catch up. Griffith now over to Wilford. Wilford from the corner, hits the back iron, his shot won't go, and it's rebounded by Bernard Edwards, who's bringing it on the floor. Edwards now, driving the lane by himself, going to get fouled on the take, and it's going to fall, and one. Foul's going to go against Donovan Griffith. That'll be his second. Checking in now is Julian Powell for Jamestown. R5 on the floor for Owensboro. Number 6, Jeremy Burright. Number 1, Devon Hayes. Number 2, Joel Anderson. Number 5, Donovan Griffith. And number 4, Wes Hilford. Excuse me, Corey Wilford. Bernard Edwards hits his shot. R5 on the floor for Jamestown. Lohman, Powell, Cushingberry, Hart, and Edwards. Anderson now to Burright. Burright trying to find a lane. Gives off to Griffith. Griffith now working at the top of the key. Almost loses it, but keeps up with it. Gives back to Wilford. Wilford now working against Hart from long distance. Not going to fall. Rebounded there by Julian Powell, who kicks up to Edwards. Edwards now working up the floor. Edwards kicks underneath to Powell. Powell dishes it to Lohman, who loses control. Owensboro asking for the charge there, not going to get it. Inbound now, Lohman to Edwards from the top of the key, calling for a pick. Over to Cushingberry from long range, gonna go, not gonna go. Off the front of the rim. Anderson now fighting after the loose ball, working against Matt Hart, and that is Devon Hayes with the hard slam. 7 seconds left here in this second quarter. Clock management time here. Cushingberry holding for the shot. Out to Lohman. Lohman from long range, not going to go off the glass. And a good showing there from Jamestown in the first half. Our score at halftime is 67-49. We'll rejoin you for second half action. Thank you. All right, everyone, thank you for joining us for second half action of today's contest between the Owensboro Thoroughbreds and the Jamestown Jackals. The leading scores for both teams, Jamestown, Bernard Edwards with 19 points, also led in minutes with 16:46. And for Owensboro, leader in points is Devon Hayes, and leader in minutes for them is Wes Hinton, number 9. It looks to me like our starters for Jamestown are going to be Lohman, Malumba, Edwards, Hart, and Singleton. In Owensboro will be Crawford, Hinton, Hayes, Turner, and Wilford. And just like that, we're off. Turner bringing it up the floor now, working against Matt Hart, kicks it over to Wilford. Wilford finds Hayes at the top of the key. Turner driving in on Matt Hart with a spin around fadeaway. Not going to go. Malumba there on the rebound. Singleton bringing it across half court now. Directing traffic. Calling Edwards back up to the top. He's going to take it. Edwards now looking underneath. He's going to find Malumba at the top of the key. He's going to find Lohman at the baseline. Kicks back out to Matt Hart immediately from 3. Matt Hart's going to fall. A quick 3 there from Jamestown. 70-49 is the score, with the Jackals with the lead. This is Crawford against Bernard Edwards. Going to find the baseline. Losing space quickly. Going to give to Hinton. Hinton now from the far corner. Long 2. Not going to fall. Hart with the rebound for Jamestown. Working it up the floor. Kicks over to Bernard Edwards. Edwards with the head fake. Going to try to drive in. Not going to take it. Kicks back out to Hart. Hart looking to drive the lane off the pick, and he's going to lose the ball. Lost his footing. And it's a turnover there for Jamestown. Going to go back to Owensboro. Ball's inbounded now. Owensboro bringing it down the court. This is Turner. Turner now kicks out to Wilford. Wilford now going to drive the lane against Singleton. Going to find all the way in, and Malumba denies it. It's going to stay with Owensboro, but that was a great defensive play there by Malumba to make sure the shot did not go in. Inbounded now to Crawford, working against Edwards. With the fadeaway. Goes off the rim, not going to go in. Malumba with the rebound, kicks over to Hart. Hart bringing it down the court now. This is Matt Hart. Finds Bernard Edwards on the outside from 3. Gonna go. Bernard Edwards on a heater today, folks. This is Turner. Turner over to Hayes. Hayes working against Lohman. Looking for a pick, gonna get it. Kicks back out to Hinton now. Hinton back to Hayes. Hayes working against Lohman, trying to drive the lane, not gonna get it. Out to the Hinton on the corner. His shot won't go, and it's rebounded by Lohman. Lohman now to Singleton. Gives back to Hart. Hart from 3 at the top of the key. It's not gonna go. Rebounded there by Devon Hayes. Kicks up to Turner on the fast break, working 2 against 1. Kicks out now to Wilford. Wilford back up top to Robert Crawford from 3. His shot's not going to go. Rebounded by Bernard Edwards. Kicked up quickly now. Fast break offense to Lohman. Lohman there from a long 2. It's going to go. Owensboro calls their first time out of the half already. A quick 8 points from halftime. And it looks like we have a complete change of cast here for Owensboro. 5 new starters. So checking in for Owensboro, we have Jeremy Burright, Sean Burrell Jr., Chris Scott, Joel Anderson, and Donovan Griffith.
Providing up-to-date information on sports, entertainment, and news. Jamestown Post-Journal today. Looking for news for your team?
And for Jamestown, we have Tyrone Marshall checking in from Malumba. Our 5 on the floor for Jamestown. Edwards, Lohman, Marshall, Singleton, Hart. Inbounded now. Joel Anderson working across the key. He's going to give it over to Chris Scott. Scott looking for a man underneath. Not going to find anyone. Kicks out to Burright in the corner. Burright kicks across the court. Skip pass. Inside now to Burright on the cut. He's working against Lohman. He's going to kick out to Joel Anderson with the head fake. Kicked back out after the drive. Burright from a long 3. It's going to go. Beats the shot clock by just a hair. Hart bringing it up the floor now. Just under 9 to go here in this second half. Long 3 from Bernard Edwards in the corner. Not going to go off the back iron. Rebounded there by Chris Scott for Owensboro. Inside now to Burrell Jr., and his shot's going to go on the roll. And 75-54 is where we stand score-wise. Singleton now. Working against Burright. Trying to find the lane. He's going to kick back out to Matt Hart. Matt Hart from a long 3. His shot's going to go. Matt Hart with a nice stroke there. This will be Joel Anderson now. Looking for a man inside. He's going to find Chris Scott working against Montez Lohman. He's going to go for the sky hook. It's not going to go. Lohman with the rebound. He's bringing it down the court. Kicks back out to Matt Hart, who sets up the offense. Kicks out to Bernard Edwards, who finds Singleton to the corner. Singleton now from a long 3. It's going to go. 81-54, Jamestown with the lead here. 7:40 to go here in the third quarter. Burright now working, driving, takes the lane, kicks back out to Chris Scott. Scott over to Joel Anderson. Anderson now working against Matt Hart to drive in. Finds Burrell on the inside. And Burrell with the 2. Rolled around from under the basket, got it over Tyrone Marshall, and now Lohman now from the corner, working in on Burrell, trying to find a way in. Jump step, foul on Burrell. It's going to send Lohman to the line for 2. A reminder, if you'd like to follow the Jamestown Jackals on social media and to stay up to date with all the latest information, you can follow their Twitter page at Jamestown Jackals. Lohman from the line. First shot's going to go. 82-56 Jamestown. That is Sean Burrell Jr.'s 4th foul of the contest. Lohman hits a second shot. This is Anderson now working against Matt Hart. Setting up the offense. Kicks out now to Donovan Griffith. Griffith working against Raheem Singleton. Griffith now kicks out to Burright. Burright driving the lane, going to stay outside. Keeps his balance, kicks over to Chris Scott. Chris Scott from 3, it's not going to go off the rim. We have Matthew Hart moving the ball down the court after the rebound by Tyrone Marshall. Hart now trying to find a lane. Loses it for a second, kicks it back out to Raheem Singleton. Singleton now driving inside, going to almost lose it, kicks back to Bernard Edwards. Edwards from 3, his is going to go. Edwards is hot now. After a strong first half showing, Bernard Edwards picking right up where he left off. This is Anderson now, kicking over to Griffith. Griffith driving baseline, going to stay outside. Fadeaway 2, it's going to drop from about 12 feet away. This is Singleton working against Burright. Going to kick back to Hart. Hart looking for Marshall underneath, and the lob pass, it's going to go, and Marshall with the put-up gets it to fall. 88-58, Jamestown with a 30-point advantage. Owensboro doing damage control here, trying to direct traffic, trying to find Chris Scott underneath. Lohman says no way. Knocks it right out of bounds. It's going to stay with Owensboro. Coming into the game now, Drew Cushingberry checking in for Raheem Singleton. Cushingberry in the first half had 14-42 off the bench. in minutes. Burr right now, inside to Chris Scott, working against Lohman. Lohman with the turnaround fadeaway, hooks it in, brings the deficit to 28. Cushingberry now, driving in against Burright, takes it up strong, gets the finish. Anderson now driving the baseline, kicks it back out to Burright. Burright by himself from long range, gonna take the shot, not gonna go off the rim, rebounded by Owensboro. Joel Anderson now working inside, kicks it back to a cutting Burright, right through the middle. He gets his to fall. Cushingberry now bringing it down the floor, kicks back to Lohman. Lohman from long range. His is gonna go. It seems every time Owensboro has an answer, Jamestown answers right back, and now it's a 31-point lead. Inside now to Donovan Griffith. And ball is loose. Knocked out there. Last touch by Matt Hart. Going to stay with Owensboro underneath. Checking in now for Montez Lohman is Julian Powell. Inbounded to Sean Burrell. Burrell looking for Chris Scott at the top. He's got him. Given right back to Burrell from the high block. Working against Tyrone Marshall now, trying to make a move with the runner. Gonna get it to go. Sean Burrell. This is Matt Hart now driving baseline, going in hard with the foul and the one. Matt Hart with a strong take. Almost flushed it home. This is Hart's point after try, so to speak. Going for the three-point play here. Stoppage of play. Hart gets his and one to go. The three-point play is completed. 96-64, Jamestown with the advantage. 4 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Joel Anderson now kicks out. This is Donovan Griffith from the baseline with the runner. Not going to go over the top. Tyrone Marshall with the rebound. Matt Hart now working against Griffith, working down the floor. Matt Hart now kicks over to Edwards. Edwards calling for a pick. Scoots through the lane. Does the dipsy do? Gets his shot to fall. Bernard Edwards with the fantastic drive. This is Chris Scott for a long two from about 12 feet. His is going to go. Bringing that lead back down to 32 for Jamestown. This is Cushingberry from the top of the key. His is going to go. Jamestown is shooting very well right now.
Drew with the basket.
Cushingberry with a very good showing off the bench today. This is inside to Burrell by himself. Got in front of Tyrone Marshall, and his shot's going to roll in. It's back to a 32-point advantage for Jamestown. Cushingberry now weaving his way through traffic. Kicks back out to Edwards. Edwards looking to get around Donovan Griffith. Can't get there. Still working, still working. Gets a shot up, and his shot's going to fall. What a shot from Bernard Edwards. Hit the move, drove the baseline, hit the runner, and one.
We're going to introduce you to the Holly Lock basket toss. One contestant, 3 baskets, and 5 small balls. Today's contestant is Colton from Celeron.
It was a fantastic play by Bernard Edwards there.
1 ball in each basket. So 5 balls, 3 baskets, and Mr. Colton.
A reminder, both these teams came into today's contest at a 1-2 mark. Both of them suffered losses on Friday night. Owensboro fell to the Tri-State Admirals And Jamestown, unfortunately, fell to the Dallas skyline. Looking to rectify that loss today, though, with a very strong showing. This is Bernard Edwards with his and one from his fantastic play a moment ago. After the timeout. Can't get his shot to go in off the rack. Going to be rebounded there by Chris Burrell Jr. Handed off to Anderson, who's going to bring it up against Aaron Shepard on the floor. This is Anderson. Kicks back out to Chris Scott. Scott from three. His shot's going to go off the front of the rack but stay in. And it's a 31-point advantage for Jamestown at the moment. Powell now with the inbound gives back to Cushingberry. Cushingberry bringing it down the floor. Finds Edwards at the baseline, trying to corral it. Edwards now. Another fantastic shot there. This is Chris Scott from three. Gonna hit it. Another three from Chris Scott in this half. Our five on the floor for Jamestown: Malumba, Edwards, Powell, Aaron Shepard, and Cushingberry. This is Shepard from the top of the key working against Joel Anderson. Trying to find his way into the lane. He's gonna run the runner. It's not gonna go, but Malumba's fighting for that offensive rebound. He's gonna get it. Driving the baseline against Burrell. Working against Chris Scott as well. Loses the ball, finds it. Gonna put up, strong, not gonna go. It's rebounded by Chris Burrell, and a foul underneath on Aaron Shepard with the reach. Seems we have a uniform change here. Bernard Edwards was wearing number 23. Now he is in number 1. Edwards with a fantastic showing coming off the floor now. And Micah Shepard's checking in for him. So the two Shepards are out on the floor for Jamestown, Micah and Aaron. This is Chris Scott working against Julian Powell in the paint. And we have a 3-second violation going on Chris Scott. Couldn't find an outlet pass. Gonna turn it over. Jamestown now bringing it down the court. This is Aaron Shepard. Shepard directing traffic. Kicks it out to his brother Micah. Micah looking inside. Gonna drive the lane. Kicks back out to Julian Powell. It's his turn to drive the lane. He's gonna give a putback with the underneath. It's gonna go, Julian Powell.
Julian strong with the layup.
It's gonna extend that lead back to 32. 30 seconds left to go in this third quarter. This is Jeremy Burright with the runner. It's not gonna go on the drive. Back to Cushingberry off the rebound by Malumba. Cushingberry now taking it down the lane, driving hard. With the foul, it's going to fall, and one. The chance at the three-point play there from Cushingberry, who's had a fantastic showing from the bench. Clock shows 19 seconds to go in this third quarter. Cushingberry on the line for one. Gets his shot to roll around, but it goes in. Burrell now inbounds to Joel Anderson. Anderson calls out the play. Driving against Micah Shepard. Trying to find the lane, kicks back to Burrell. Burrell by himself at the top of the key for three. His shot's going to fall. Chris Burrell from long range, the big man. This is Aaron Shepard now driving the floor. Going hard from the paint. Coast to coast, gets it to fall at the buzzer for the end of the third quarter. Our score is 111-77. Jamestown with the major advantage. A reminder, if you want to stay up to date with the latest information about the Jamestown Jackals, you can follow them on their Twitter page at Jtown Jackals. Our five on the floor for Jamestown right now. Micah Shepard, Aaron Shepard, Bernard Edwards, Tyrone Marshall, Julian Powell. Our five for Owensboro. Turner, Wilford, Crawford, Hinton, and Hayes. Jamestown's advantage is at 34 right now as we start the fourth quarter. This is Aaron Shepard bringing it down the court, working against Wilford. Trying to find the lane. He's going to take the long two. It's not going to fall, but a fight underneath for the ball. Has the ball staying with Jamestown underneath. Good fight there put up by Tyrone Marshall. Knocked out by Owensboro. Inbound now. Gets it to Bernard Edwards. Edwards working against Devon Hayes. Trying to find his way around. The ball's going to be pickpocketed by Owensboro. That's Devon Hayes with a good defensive play. It's going to be touched by Julian Powell going out of bounds. It's going to go back to Owensboro. Inbound now. Crawford working down the floor quickly. Giving back to Wilford. Wilford working across the top, rotating out. Gives it to Hayes. Hayes finds Crawford outside. Turner now with the ball. Trying to find a lane in. Trying to make a move. Kicks it back up to Hinton, the top of the key. And now we have Hayes for a long three. Not going to go off the front of the rim. This is Aaron Shepard with the offensive, or the defensive rebound, excuse me. Shepard now driving in. Kicks back to Micah Shepard. Shepard from three. Gonna go. Micah Shepard with his first points of the game.
Micah trains for three.
Devon Hayes now. Kicks out to Crawford. Crawford looking cross court. Can't find anyone. Trying to dribble around a bit. Trying to find the outlet now. Gives to Wilford. Wilford working against Aaron Shepard. Going to take it down the lane. And good defense there by Aaron Shepard poking the ball out. Turnover on Owensboro. Down the court quickly. Bernard Edwards from three. Not going to get his shot to fall, but that has not happened very often today as Bernard Edwards has been hot. This is Devon Hayes now working against Tyrone Marshall with the quick alley-oop, Euro step. Shepard now. Kicks to Shepard. This is Micah Shepard now dribbling around, trying to find his way in the lane with the runner. Can't get his shot to fall. Landed kind of awkwardly there, and it's back to Owensboro, and there's a foul on the floor by Jamestown. It's going to go against Julian Powell. Ball will stay with Owensboro. This is Wilford inbounds to Turner. Turner working against Micah Shepard. Gives it back to Wilford. Wilford now to Crawford, trying to find his way in. He has one. Can't get his shot to go. Blocked there by Julian Powell. Shepard now drives in, kicks back to Shepard from 3. Gets his second to fall. Micah Shepard with 2 threes here in the last 2 minutes. Just under 10 to go here in the game. 117-79, Jamestown has the advantage. This is Xavier Turner for Owensboro from 3. It's going to go. Crossing that 80-point threshold there for Owensboro, 82-117. Back to Bernard Edwards after the drive by Shepard. Edwards now gets right past Devon Hayes. Euro stepped in, finished cleanly. Crawford now driving baseline against Julian Powell. Strong put up there. And that lead is now shrunk back to 35. Shepard working against Wilford from the top block. Gonna get his shot to bounce out, but he was fouled. Say the referees, hit on the arm. He's gonna go to the line for 2. I want to thank you for joining us for the broadcast today as Aaron Shepard hits his first of 2. Second one goes in as well.
AJ knocks down both shots.
This is Devon Hayes bringing it down the floor, working against Bernard Edwards. And a steal there quickly by Aaron Shepard, working against Xavier Turner, and he's going to turn it into points. Hayes now working a 3-on-3 situation. Hinton now working against Tyrone Marshall with a good move. Cannot get his jam to go off the back iron, but they're going to call Tyrone Marshall there on the foul. Excuse me, they call it on Julian Powell. Reminder, if you missed any of today's action, you can catch the rebroadcast of this game on YouTube or sportcaster.net. Checking in now, Montez Lohman. As Hinton's first shot ricochets out. Second shot goes. 85-123, Jamestown with the advantage. This is Aaron Shepard working against Devon Hayes. Kicks back out to Bernard Edwards. Edwards looking for a way around Corey Wilford. He gives back to Micah Shepard from a long 3 just before the shot clock goes. Hits rim, but does not get very far inside. It's rebounded there by Devon Hayes, bringing it down the floor, giving it to Crawford. Crawford drives in, kicks back into Hayes. Hayes with the jam. 2 hands. 87-123 is our score at the moment, just under 7:30 to go here in the final quarter. Aaron Shepard now driving the lane with a good move and a good finish. Shepard now playing defense on Turner. Turner with a good play there, trying to draw the foul. He gets it, but he cannot get his shot to fall. He's going to go to the line for 2. Turner from the line. Our 5 on the floor right now. As Turner's first shot falls. For Owensboro, Turner, Crawford, Hayes, Wilford, and Hinton. Jamestown is Shepard, Edwards, Powell, and Lohman. Second shot goes in there for Xavier Turner. Bringing it down the floor is Aaron Shepard. Kicks inside. Edwards now working against Devon Hayes, trying to find the way over top. Gonna get the ball stripped away, but Julian Powell picks it up, goes up for his shot, and he's racked across the arm by Corey Wilford. Gonna send him to the line for 2. Powell's first shot. Not gonna go. Powell's second shot. Gets this one to go. Ooh, and a hard foul there as Xavier Turner tries to get around Lohman. It's going to stay on the floor and a timeout here from Owensboro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me direct your eyes to the court for the Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union Jersey Showdown. Our 2 participants will compete to dribble the basketball down the court and score. Sounds simple, but there's a twist. Both participants will need to put on a jersey, shorts, and sneakers first. Then the first one to score with all of the uniform on will be declared the showdown winner and receive a bag. Our contestants today are Kinsey from Cruisburg and Connor Mahoney from Panama, New York. Let's give a big round of applause. Let's cheer them on.
A reminder, Jamestown back in action on Saturday, February 15th against Tampa Bay, 3 p.m. for the tip-off there. Owensboro back in action also on Saturday, February 15th at 4 p.m. at home against the Louisville Yellow Jackets. Score of our contest right now, 126-89, Jamestown with the advantage. Just under 7 to go. Inbounded here to Turner from Owensboro, working against Aaron Shepard. Kicks it inside to Hinton. Hinton working against Powell. Driving his way in with the running skyhook. Not going to go, but Devon Hayes is there for the putback. Not going to go his putback. Rebounded there by Micah Shepard. Kicks it over to his brother Aaron Shepard. Shepard gives it to Bernard Edwards. Edwards now working against Corey Wilford from 3 is Bernard Edwards. Edwards continuing his impressive showing today. Corey Wilford now gives back to Turner. Turner going to drive in with the soft put up, but it's going to go. 129-91 now. Shepard working, gives it to Edwards, who's on Crawford. Crawford Edwards now has the ball taken from him by Crawford. He gives it to Turner on the fast break, and Turner's got a quick 2. This is Shepard to Shepard from the top of the key from 3. Not going to fall. And that's Wes Hinton there with the defensive board. Kicks up now to Wilford. Wilford by himself from 3. Can't get his shot to go off the back iron. And it's going to be touched by Devon Hayes as he's standing out of bounds. Going to stay with Jamestown. And it looks like we have a 5-5 change here for Owensboro. Coming into the game, Joel Anderson, Jeremy Burright, Donovan Griffith, Sean Burrell, and Chris Scott. This is Bernard Edwards from 3. His shot won't go. Joel Anderson with the board. Kicks up to Jeremy Burright. Burright can't handle it. Kicks back out of bounds. Going back to Jamestown. Turnover there by Owensboro on Burright. Our 5 on the floor for Jamestown. Shepard, Lohman, Edwards, and Powell. Shepard over to Micah Shepard. Micah Shepard now with the strong take. Can't get his shot to fall. Chris Scott with the defensive board now for Owensboro. Kicks over. This is Anderson to Burrell. Burrell with a cleanup. Quick 2. 95-129, just under 5 to go. Shepard working up the court. Now over to Lohman. Lohman working against Burrell. Picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Edwards. Edwards with 8 seconds on that shot clock to go. Shepard working hard. Strong take and the foul. Not going to get the shot to go, but he'll go to the line. That will be the 4th foul on Donovan Griffith for Owensboro. Edwards' first shot will go. Edwards for his second shot. Gets this one to fall. Joel Anderson now working against Micah Shepard, driving the court. Kicks over to Chris Scott. Scott now trying to find a pick and roll man. Can't find one. Kicks over to Burright. Burright now trying to find his way in. Kicks inside to Burrell. Burrell back out to Burright for a long 3. Can't get his shot to go just as the shot clock goes. Powell there with the defensive board for Jamestown. This is Edwards. Edwards against Griffith, driving the lane from the top block, and the foul, and 1. Bernard Edwards is having a fantastic game today. Very, very good job. Trying for that 3-point play here for Edwards. 133-95 is our score, just under 4 to go now. Left in the game. Foul there came against Jeremy Burright. Edwards. Shot goes. He's working against Joel Anderson now, and he's going to foul. And they're going to call Edwards off, give him a standing ovation from the Jamestown bench. And a round of applause. A fantastic showing from Edwards today. Lohman is their only starter left on the court for Jamestown. As this lead has really gotten away from Owensboro. This is Anderson from the line, shooting 1 and 1. Second shot here, gonna get that one to go. 96-134 is our score, 3:45 to go. This is Aaron Shepard driving the floor. Shepard now with a hard drive. He's going to get his shot to go on the runner. And the foul there on Micah Shepard as he's going for the ball. And Joel Anderson went down there, hustling for the ball after Shepard got there. Anderson going to leave the court now. Looks like a hand injury. Xavier Turner's going to check in for him. I think there's a little bit of confusion going on here. They're calling Xavier Turner off the court, and instead Devon Hayes is going to come out. Since there was a foul with the bonus on Jamestown, and Joel Anderson is unable to shoot, Devon Hayes instead will shoot the two. His first will go. 5 on the floor for Owensboro. Hayes, Burright, Griffith, Burrell, and Scott. Second shot for Hayes, not going to go. Rebound by Powell. Powell kicks out to Shepard. Shepard back to Aaron Shepard. Shepard directing traffic, monitoring the floor. Going to drive around, trying to find his way in from the top of the key. Long two. Can't get his shot to fall. Off the rack. Burrell with a rebound for Owensboro. Hayes now driving the floor. Working against Lohman. Finds Scott on the baseline. Long two. Not going to fall. Tyrone Marshall with the rebound. Micah Shepard bringing it down the floor. Quick, long pass. Good outlet there, but unfortunately Julian Powell just couldn't handle it underneath. Under 3 minutes to go here. 136-97 is our score.
Chance to make the most free throws. Today's contestants are Janelle and Levi from Jamestown, New York. Are you ready? Get set, go!
Again, want to thank you for joining our broadcast today. If you missed any of the action, there will be a rebroadcast available on sportcaster.com and YouTube. Turner bringing it down the floor now against Shepard. Directing traffic. Calling for Griffith to come to the top. Long three from Griffith. Not going to go off the front of the rim. Lohman with the rebound now, bringing it down the floor for Jamestown. Lohman now over to Aaron Shepard. Shepard driving the floor. Kicks into Marshall. Marshall with the hard take. Gets his own rebound and fouled as he puts up his putback. Looks like it's going to go against Burright underneath. Sending Marshall to the floor. And that will be Burright's third. Marshall with the hard take. Hard fought rebound. Hard take again. Rewards him at the line. for 2. Trying to extend that lead to 40. And the second one falls, but the first one ricocheted out. And just like that, we have a 40-point ball game. Jamestown with the lead. Just over 2 minutes to go. This will be Griffith from the corner after the dish out by Turner, and it's not going to go. Rebounded there by Julian Powell. Micah Shepard looking down the court, trying to get it to Tyrone Marshall. Finds the low block. Marshall working against Burrell. Going to take the hard take and foul underneath on Burrell. Number 5 for Burrell. 2:05 to go in the game. Marshall from the line. First shot's going to kiss off the front of the rim, not go in. Marshall hits a second, though. This is Turner working against Micah Shepard, bringing it down the floor. Out to Burright against Lohman, driving the floor, kicks out to Burrell with the outlet. Burrell holding his dribble, trying to drive, loses his dribble, kicks the ball out of bounds. And they're going to say it's staying here with Owensboro. Don't know if I agree with that call, but at this point, I feel the scoreboard has dictated where the referees are worried. And Turner with the runner as the clock was about to hit 0 for the shot clock there. .90 seconds left in this contest. Aaron Shepard directing traffic, trying to get a pick. Finds one, finds Marshall on the roll, and he can't handle the pass. And it's going to stay with Jamestown as Burrell touched it as it went out of bounds. 138-99 is our score. And the inbound knocked right out by Burright. Lohman now with the inbound. Gets it into Marshall. Marshall can't get the shot, 24-second violation on Jamestown. Turnover. Inbounded now to Turner. Turner working against Micah Shepard. Turner now with the long 2 from 12 feet away, gets his to go. Less than a minute to go. Aaron Shepard working, driving the lane, takes it against Griffith. Griffith can't get the block, but his shot won't go anyway. Burrell with the rebound, and it's a foul underneath on Tyrone Marshall, working against Sean Burrell. And it'll send Burrell to the line. 101-138 is our score at the moment. .49 ticks to the clock before this one's wrapped up. Burrell from the line for 2. First one's going to go for Burrell. Burrell's second shot's going to go. Powell inbounds to Lohman. Lohman bringing down the floor, working against Burright. Trying to drive past him. Burright recovers. Lohman now. Still working. Trying to find a lane. He finds it with the Euro step and the teardrop. It's going to go. Nice move there by Montez Lohman. This is Turner now. working against Micah Shepard. Burrell here with the pick. Long three from Turner. His will not go. Xavier Turner now. Had a good look earlier with that shot, but a foul here on Donovan Griffith. He will foul out. Excuse me, his fifth now. 11 ticks to go. 140-103. Shepard's first shot's going to go. And his second shot will go down. Shot clocks are off. 8 seconds to go in the final quarter of this game. Turner now working against soft defense, kicks it out to Griffith, who won't even take the shot. It is a ball game. Our final score, 142-103. Again, I want to thank you for joining us. My name is Josh Titus. We'll see you again on February 15th.
The Jackals will travel to Tampa, Florida next weekend. Our next home game will be Sunday, February 23rd against the 2019 TBL National Champions.
Hey, thanks. What was your name again? Courtney. Courtney. Appreciate it.
We appreciate your attendance and look forward to your committed support for our Jamestown Jackals. Don't forget the players will be available for photos and autographs after the game. Thank you and drive safely.